Hi, good day, and welcome to another modeling episode. Today we want to do this whiteboard here. So let's start. We go to the modeling section. Clicking on the modeling section, we take our first mesh by using the box. We take the values 400 is correct. We take here 200 and we have a height of 8. You can put it on the ground, accept it for now, and then you shift it to the top. We rotate it by 90 degrees. We put it more to the top, and now we can work with it again. Now we go to model and the polygroup edit mode. We take that face. We click on insert and we make our wall thickness of our whiteboard, something like this. For example, this looks good and I accept. Now I go again the polygroup edit mode. I take this big face here, clicking on the push and pull function, and I want to make a pocket inside like that. This looks good. I accept. I go again on the polygroup edit functionality. Now I want to make a bevel on those edges here inside. So I mark all edges I want to work with, click on the first edge, holding down the shift button, clicking on the second one, holding down the shift button and clicking on the two another edges, and then I click on bevel. I have a value of 2 inside. 2 here is a little bit maybe too small, looks not so good. Maybe you can take maybe 4. 4 looks much better for me, so I accept. And we finished our first component. Then we make the second component, going on create, box. Then as values I have 400, instead of 200 I have now 25. And instead of 8, I have 5. I put it on the ground and I accept. And now I will move it to the first component and align it that there is no air gap. So you can do it like that. It's very easy. All you have to do is just to move it around until there is no gap between both meshes. Here a little bit more to the right. And we are finished up here. And now we go back again in the polygroup edit mode. So polygroup edit function. And now we want to make those 3 pockets. This means we need to set up now many borders. The first border we see here already is here on the left and there on the right. So we will do those 2 first. Clicking on the face. No, you don't have to click on the face. You click on insert edge loop. And now you can do it by going, for example, from that line below until here. And you can take, maybe we go to more to the left. Now it's better. So we have the same line, clicking. We do the same here from that one to here and clicking there. Now we set up our first 2 wall thicknesses. We need for sure here on the right side now a wall thickness as well. So we take it like that one. This is good for me. And now we have to define even on the left side a wall thickness, because our pocket shall be not below this component. So that's why we need to put here a borderline as well. So somewhere here, and we click. And now we can define our 3 pockets. The size of our pockets, the first one, for example, a little bit small, the second one a little bit bigger, and the third one, for example, somewhere between small and big. And now we need to make our wall thickness as well, like there in the back. So we need to set up another line, something like this, for example, and we Do it here the same. Doesn't matter if you do it right or left from the first line. This is good, and we accept. Now we go back to the polygroup edit function. Now we can make our pockets. So we choose all three faces, clicking on the first face, holding down the shift button, clicking on the second one and on the third one. And now we can click on the push and pull function. And now it's a little bit tricky with the camera. So we don't want to have a pocket. We need a wall thickness, maybe like this. This is good, yes, and we accept. This looks not so bad. Now you can make for sure some kind of features. Let me say features to those things. So you can make it a little bit beautiful. For example, here at the edge, you go to the polygroup edit mode, clicking on this edge here, and then you can put a bevel here inside. Currently is 4. 4 is too much. We take 2. This looks much better. And we do the same on the another side. Polygroup edit mode, taking the edge, bevel, and accept. Yo, that's it. Then we make, the white wall. To make the white wall, we go on create, and we take now the rectangle. And we put the rectangle, firstly, it doesn't matter where, because we will shift it anyhow. So we will put it here. We accept, and now we can shift it. And now the game is to center it a little bit and to scale it up. For scaling up, you have on the right side the opportunity to move up those values, holding down the mouse button and then move to the right. For scaling up the component, we scale it up like this, and the goal is to center it and scaling up, to center it and scaling up. And before we do this, maybe we already align it with our component in the back. So something like this, for example. Yes, this looks good. And we scale it a little bit more, maybe 3.85. This looks good. Yes, and move it a little bit to the right, but it doesn't matter. And now we do the same with the another scale value. So we scale up until we reach the top one, and then we move it a little bit down and scale it up again. So it seems like 1.8 should be fine here. Moving a little bit down, and that's it. And then we take a look that there is no air, so we cannot see through. This is very good. And now we can assign now the material. For example, I take a gray material. You click on the material, coming back, clicking on the component, and then clicking on the use selected asset from content browser. I will do the same for this component again. And for my whiteboard, I want to have it white. So I take a white material and I click on my whiteboard and click on asset. And then you have your whiteboard. What you can do now, you can merge now these three components. So you select all three components, that one, holding the shift button, clicking on the second one, on the third one, then you go on Xform and merge. And then you click on accept, and now I merge them together. And if you want, you can put a text now on it. For example, I have here already one. You can create your own blueprint class. In the all classes, you search for text. You choose text render actor, select it, give a name, text for YouTube. You go inside by double click. Then you can edit the text. Maybe you can move to the text firstly. It's somewhere in the center. And then you can edit the text on the right side. For example, thank you, YouTube. And enter it. You can see the text here. You can now choose a color, for example. Let me choose red again. So red is 1, green is 0, blue is 0. I click on OK. I compile, I save, I go back to the level. And now I just drop the text I now done inside. And I see I have to rotate it by 180 degrees like this. And then I only have to position it and bring it a little bit to the front like this. All right, thank you very much. If you liked it, give me a thumb up and subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.